Good evening, children.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening,
Good evening,
children.
ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, children. I've not shared my screen. Let's just discuss the final answers first. And then I shall share the answers with the complete steps. I don't know if you could try all the questions, children. I did post the questions well in hand. I think I gave you sufficient time to work out all the 12 questions, but maybe you were occupied with some other work, so you were not able to. You should have tried at least 4 to 5 sums. If you have tried at least 4 to 5, then it's good. At least from 7 to 8:15 during the class hours, 7 to 8:15, you should have tried 4 to 5 at least. Okay. What's the answer for the first one? How many blocks can be painted?
Ma'am, 300 blocks.
300, huh? 10 extra.
I got 300 blocks.
I have 30. Let's see who's right. I have 30. 30.
Same, ma'am.
Okay. Ananya has got 30. Shreyas has got 300. Let's see who's right. Nice. Shreyas and Ananya. Good. Second one. What is the TSC of the cubical box? Yes. What is the TSC of the cubical box?
864 centimeters square, ma'am.
Very good. What is it? Yeah, 864 centimeters square. What is the TSC of the cuboidal box?
900 centimeters square, ma'am.
Is it
900
okay?
No.
900 centimeters square. So which is
Yes,
more?
ma'am.
Which is more?
Ma'am, TSC of cuboid, ma'am.
TSC of the cuboidal box is how much more?
Ma'am, 36, ma'am. 36 centimeters.
Centimeter. 36 centimeters square more than the cubical box. Okay, somebody else. Shreyas, nice that you work, but we'll just see if others are able to answer. What about the CSA of the cuboidal box? CSA of the cuboidal box?
540 centimeters.
540. Is that Pratiksha?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, 540 centimeters square. Very good. And what about the CSA of the cubical box?
576.
576.
576. Okay, Pratiksha. So by how much is the how much more or how much less? Read out your conclusion. Which is more, cubical or cuboidal?
Cubical has the more CSA.
By
As 36.
36 centimeters square. Very good. Yeah, what is the final answer for the third one? Somebody
Ma'am,
else?
37.
No, 1 minute. Not Pratiksha, not Shreya, not Shreyas, not Ananya. Somebody else? What's the answer for the third one?
30.
How much? 30?
8.
38. Sangamitra, right?
Yes.
Okay, 38 meters square. Anyone else has got 38? I don't know if 38 is right.
Ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I got in decimals, ma'am. 37.4528 meters square.
Oh. Okay. Let's see. All right. Anyone else has completed the third one? Okay, so Sangamitra is right. 38. Precisely 38 meters square. Exactly 38 meters square. What is the, for the third one, what is the total area of metal sheet required? Or in other words, the total surface area of the closed cylindrical tank? What is the TSA of the closed cylindrical tank?
Ma'am, 33.44 meters square.
33.44 meters square. Very good. Then Shreyas, have you done this? Let the area of metal sheet actually purchased be X meters square. Have you done that? X minus 12% of X is equal to 33.4 is the equation. X minus 12% of X is equal to 33.4 is the equation. That will give us 38 meters square exactly. So the area of metal sheet required is equal to, or used is equal to 38 meters square. Question number 4. What is the CSA of the tank? What is the
Ma'am,
CSA?
316.8 meters square.
316.8, ma'am. I have to got this one.
Who's that? Tarun?
Hitesh, ma'am.
Hitesh. Hitesh. What is it you got?
316.8 meters.
Hitesh, what is the radius of the tank?
5.6, ma'am. 5.6,
What's the
ma'am.
height of the tank?
10 meters.
What is the formula to find the CSA?
2 pi RH.
2 pi RH. Okay, so 7 and 5.6, how did you cancel? Multiply now. 7 8s are 56, right? So 7 into 0.8. 0.8 into 10 is 8. 8 2s are 16. 16 into 22. How will you get a decimal value? Check your calculation and tell me the correct answer.
But after that 10% is wasted, no ma'am. There we would get decimal value. No?
10% of the CSA will not check. For the given radius and height, the CSA is 352. For the given radius and height, see, the tank has 5.6 meters radius and height 10 meters. Then the CSA is undisturbed 352. How will the CSA be less? When the radius is 5.2, see, it's given that the radius is 5.6 and the height is 10. Then the CSA has to be 352. How can it be less than that? What is the TSA of the tank? What is the TSA of the tank? Ananya, Kanishka, Pratiksha, Nivedita, Nikita, Shivani, Arav, Tarun. Who else is there? Children, what's the TSA of the tank? For question number 4, what's the TSA?
Ma'am, here find the CSA only, no ma'am. Ask.
549.12.
549.12. Shreyas, see, the tank is a closed tank. It's a closed storage tank. So that means there is total surface area. The ends are covered. It's a closed tank. You're asked to find the CSA. But TSA exists. In this case, TSA exists because it's a closed tank. You have to find CSA. But the material is not used only along the CSA. The material that is used to build the tank is used all over because it is closed. So you have, for further calculations, you have to find the TSA. CSA, because it is asked, is 352 meters square. TSA we have to find for further calculations. As Sangamitra said, it's 549.12 meters square. So the TSA of the tank must be 549.12 meters square. It is a closed tank. So the material is used all over. TSA, the TSA of steel, that is the area of steel you need is 549.12 meters square. You need so much steel to build the tank without any wastage. But if you buy exactly 549.12, 10% will go waste, right? So then how will you get this TSA in the body of the tank? The TSA of the tank is 549.12 meters square. Supposing you buy exactly 549.12 meters square, you will not be able to bring in all this material in the TSA because there is wastage 10%. So you should buy a little more. You must buy a little more. You buy X. 10% of X is wasted. So X minus 10% of X should give you this 549.12. You buy a little more minus 10% wastage of that whatever you purchase. So if you purchase X meter square, 10% of X is wasted. So what is remaining is X minus 10% of X. That remaining is now in the body of the tank, the TSA of the tank. So X, what you purchase minus 10% of X, the wastage, is equal to the TSA is the equation. And what's the answer, Sangamitra? What is the value of X? As I call it X.
Approximate value.
Approximately. Okay, approximately what?
610.1.
Yeah, even I've got the same. 610.13 meters square. Children, we have to find the CSA because we are asked to find the CSA. But we have to find the TSA because that is applicable here. Because it's a closed tank, so you have to find the TSA. 10% is wasted, so you buy X. Minus 10% of X is equal to TSA. That is, whatever you buy minus the wastage, the remaining will go into the body of the tank. You buy a little more minus the wastage. Now the remaining thing, that is which is not wasted, where is it? It's in the total surface area of the tank. So that's the equation. X minus 10% of X is equal to TSA. I think I'll show you the answers so far. Yes, children, we'll see the answers we've discussed so far, 1, 2, 3, and 4. In the first one, 5.25 meters square should be converted to centimeter square. Meter to centimeter multiply by 100. Meter square to centimeter square multiply by 100 2 times. Okay, so you check your you know, this answer which I have worked, and your answer. Mark your doubts. Maybe you can ask me in the next class. We'll take up the same discussion in the next class. If you have any questions, any doubts, I'll clarify in the next class. Now I think we'll just have time to see the answers. So 30 shares, I hope you found how you got that extra 0. Or please find it later. This is the second one, children. Take a screenshot. So let me show you from the beginning. Take a screenshot. So the second one is compare the TSA and CSA of both. Comparing means you must give your answer like TSA of this one is more or TSA of this one is less. Use the words more than or less than and give your answer. Comparing is saying this is more or this is less. You can either use more than or less than. Both are comparing. You can say more than or less than accordingly. Third one. See here. So how many square meters of sheet are required if 12% of the metal sheet used? How much ever you purchase, you know, 12% of that is wasted. How much ever you buy, 12% of that is wasted. If you buy only the TSA, if you buy exactly the TSA is 33.44 meters square. If you buy exactly the this TSA must be available in the body of the tank. 30, see, for the given radius and height, the radius is 1.4 meters and the height. The base of the tank must have a radius of 1.4 meters. The height of the tank must be 2.4 meters. Then the TSA must be 33.44 meters square. If you buy only 33.44 and you lose 12% of that, then how will you have the TSA 33.44? Then in that case, your radius and height will be damaged, meaning you will not get this radius and this height. The values will vary. You'll get lesser radius, lesser height, or one of them will be less. The body of the tank, the base of the tank must have a radius of 1.4 meters and the height of the tank must be 2.4 meters. Then the TSA is 33. For this radius and this height, the TSA is 33.44 meters square. If you buy exactly 33.44, you're going to lose 12% of that. Then how will you maintain the radius and height? So you should buy a little more. You want to have the net value should be 33.44. You buy something minus wastage. Some gross value minus wastage, net value should be 33.44. The net value should be 33.44. This TSA you need, you are adamant, I want this TSA in the body of the tank. So you should buy a little more. You must buy a little more. So you buy X meter square. Whatever you buy X meter square, on the 12% of X is wasted. You buy X meter square, 12% of what you've purchased is wasted. So X minus 12% of X, that remaining thing should be equal to the TSA of the tank. You don't want more also. You don't want more radius and more height. You want exactly 1.4 meters radius and height 2.4 meters. So the TSA should be exactly 33.44 meters square. X minus 2, you buy a little more X. So how much you buy, you don't know. X minus the wastage should be equal to the TSA of the tank. This is the equation. So x minus 12% of x, when you work that LCM and all that, you get 88x by 100 is equal to the TSA, which is 33.44. Very simple. X is equal to 88 by 100 on the other side, 100 by 88. Exactly 38. See children, if 33, if you go, it's 3.04 when you simplify. You might forget to put that 0, not forget. You might not realize that you'll have to write 3.04. Then change the decimal to a fraction. Write 33.44 as 3,344 by 100. So that you don't go wrong in calculating. Get rid of the decimal point. 3344 by 100. Okay, so here exactly,
Yes,
yeah, exactly 38 meters square. So we should buy exactly 38 meters square. 12% of 38 is wasted. When 12, so you buy 38 meters square, 12% of that is wasted. The remaining is equal to 30. After the wastage, what remains is 33.44, and that is in the body of the tank. Similar question. Here, similar question, children. Nothing. See, simply find CSA. CSA cannot be used for further calculation because it's a closed cylindrical petrol storage tank. So TSA is applicable. You should find CSA because you're asked to find the CSA, but you need the TSA, which is 549.12. Simply formula, see, 2 pi RH, 2 pi R into R plus H, radius is given, height is given, substitute. Be careful while calculating, that's all. Now, 10% is wasted. So you're buying X. You should buy X meter square. 10% is wasted. 10% of X is wasted. So X minus 10% of X will be equal to the TSA. Or should be equal to the TSA. And TSA is 549.12. 100 is the LCM. So you'll get 100x minus 10x, which is 90x. 100x minus 10x, which is 90x. Then 9 by 10 will go to the other side as 10 by 9. Or children. Yeah, what is the slant height for the fifth one? Fifth one, slant height.
Ma'am, 171.6.
No, slant height. What's the formula to find the slant height? L is equal to.
Ma'am, L square. Ma'am, L is equal to root of h square plus r square.
L is equal to root of h square plus r square. What is h square?
Ma'am, 1225.
And r square?
7,000.
Ma'am, 28224.
No, there you've gone wrong. 84 square. What is 84 square? Did you take 168?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. That's a diameter. T is the diameter. Radius is 84. 84 square. 7,056. Anyone else can share the value of L?
91, ma'am.
91. Hitesh, yes. 91 meters. So Hitesh, what is the CSA of the conical dome?
Mom, 24,000. 24024, ma'am. 24,024.
24,024, correct. 24,024 meters square is the CSA. What about the cost of painting?
2,05,004. 2,05,405.2.
Very good. Very good. 2,05,405.2 or 20 paise. 2 lakhs rupees, 2 lakhs 5,405 and 20 paise. Next one, children. What's the value of x? There's an x factor there. Yeah, what's the value of x?
Ma'am, 6, ma'am.
Correct. 6. The value of x, because you'll be using that in the ratio, right? 8x, 7x or 8y, 7y. I meant that x or y is 6, correct. So what is the slant height? What's the value of the slant height?
Ma'am, 42 meters.
Radius?
Ma'am, 34.46 meters.
How do you get all this?
24 meters.
24 meters, yes. So then, Shreyas, your height also will be incorrect.
Ma'am, sorry, ma'am. Radius is 24 meters and height is 34.46.
Oh, it's a square root of what?
1,118.
Very good. 1,188.
88.
So you found the square root by long division method, is it? Or calculator?
Yes. Ma'am, no, ma'am. Long division.
Oh, really? Very good. Okay, I have just left it as a mixed surd. I didn't find the square root. You should find the square root. Let me see what it is. 1188. Yeah, 34.46. I just left it as a mixed surd, 6 root 33. Well, finding the decimal value is the correct one. Okay. Yes, you can see answers 5 and 6 on your screen. You can see 5 and 6. Five and 6, very straightforward. Diameter is 168, so radius is 84. If it's given 855 for 100 meters square, you should multiply by 855 by 100. Because that is per meter square. 855 by 100 will be for 1 meter square. And why should you find L? Because to find the CSA, the formula is pi r L. We know the radius, but we do not know the slant height. We know the perpendicular height, h. We do not know the slant height L. So we need to work the slant height L using the relation L is equal to root of h square plus r square. That's all. Find L, then find the CSA using pi r L, multiply by the rate to get the cost. In the sixth one, diameter is to slant height. See, if it is about a cone, when I say D and L, you should understand. It's about a cone, CSA of cone. So L is not the length. Sometimes the slant height is also called the length of the cone. L here is the slant height, D is the diameter. The ratio of the diameter to the slant height of the cone is 8:7. So let the diameter be 8x units and the slant height be 7x units. D is equal to 8x, L is equal to 7x. Then radius will be equal to 4x because radius is half of the diameter, 4x. We are given that the CSA is 3168. First, we start with the assumption diameter 8x, slant height 7x. If diameter is 8x, radius is 4x. CSA of the cone is given to us. Why is the CSA of the cone given to us? Because we don't know the radius and the slant height of the cone. We have to use this information to find that we don't know the radius, we don't know the perpendicular height, we don't know the slant height, we know nothing of the cone. We don't know the radius, height, slant height, nothing we know of the cone. So we are given this information. CSA is 3168. We need to use this information to find the radius, height. So CSA is equal to 3168. Pi RL is equal to, because CSA is pi RL is equal to 3168. Pi is 22 by 7 into R 4x into L 7x is equal to 3168. Be very careful. 4x into 7x. X into x is x square. X into x is x square. X into x is x square. So on working, we get x is equal to 6. X is 6. Once you find the value of x, you should be able to find 7x and 4x, slant height and radius. Once you get the slant height and radius, use a relation h is equal to root of L square minus R square to find the perpendicular height. See children, you can just remember this also. L square is equal to h square plus R square. Substitute. What is L square 42 square is equal to h square we don't know plus R square. R square is 24 square. Work this and find the value of h. I've left it as a third. You find the square root using long division method. That will be, the perfect way of finishing the answer. 34.46. .46 meters. Seventh one, I would like to explain in the next class. I'll just show you the answer. I would like to explain that in the next class. 8. What's the answer for the 8th one? What is the cost of painting?
581.
Not audible. Let me see how many figure. Class, use the emoji. Raise your hand. Nivedita, Kanishka. Kanishka is quiet. Ara, Vasudevan, Shreyas, Pratiksha, Shivani, Ananya, Karun, Sankara, Hitesh, Pratiksha 2 times.
Ma'am, for me the emoji is not working, ma'am.
Oh, Yeah, children, what is the cost of what is that painting?
Ma'am, rupees 184.92565.
No.
7,581.
Louder, Sangamitra.
7,581.2.
No, your digits are correct, but the decimal point has not fallen the right place.
Sorry, ma'am. 75.812.
758.12.
Yes, ma'am.
758.12. Correct. You can just see the answer for the seventh one. The ratios are 8/27 and 4/9. And for the hemispherical bowl, which is whose wall is thick, you know you have to find the inner CSA, the outer CSA, and the area of the ring. Add all this to get the total surface area of the hemispherical bowl. What is the inner radius, children? What's the value of the inner radius of the bowl?
10 centimeter.
10 centimeter. What about the thickness?
0.5 centimeter.
Then what is the value of capital R?
10.5 centimeter.
10.5 centimeters. We need to find the inner CSA. What's the formula to find the inner CSA?
2/3 pi r.
What is the formula to find the inner CSA?
Two pi r square.
Outer CSA?
2 pi capital R square.
And the area of the ring?
2/3 pi r square minus capital R square minus r square.
2/3 pi, huh? Area of the ring?
Pi into capital R square minus.
Pi into capital R square minus small r square. This portion. What's the area of the outer circle? Area of the outer circle is pi capital R square. Area of the inner circle, pi small r square. Area of the outer circle, pi capital R square. Area of the inner circle, pi small r square. The difference between the two will be the area of the ring. Outer circle, area of the outer circle minus the area of the inner circle. So on taking pi common, we have r square minus r square. Outer circle minus inner circle. Area of outer circle minus area of inner circle. So you should find this, the value of small r is given to us. The thickness of the vessel is given to us. We need to find capital R, 10.5 centimeters. I've told you, find the answer in pi. Everywhere, don't use 22 by 7 and, complicate your calculations. As it is, 10.5, it's a decimal value. You can also convert 10.5 to a fraction. 105 by 10, 105 by 10, or 21 by 2. 105 by 10 simplifies to 21 by 2. You can also use a fraction. You see there, inner CSA 2 pi small r square, outer CSA 2 pi capital R square, area of a ring pi capital R square minus small r square. I have not substituted 22 by 7 for pi anywhere. So I've got 200 pi, 220.5 pi, 10.25 pi, not use the value of pi. So the total area to be painted is 430.75 pi centimeter square. Now the cost of painting will be whatever is the area into rate. 56 paise it is. So convert to rupees, 0. You can write 56 by 100 also. 56 paise is 56 by 100 rupees. Rupees 56 by 100. You can write 56 by 100. Otherwise, if you multiply by 56, nothing, you'll get the answer in paise. That's all. If you simply multiply by 56, you'll get your answer will be in paise. You need to convert that to rupees by by dividing by 1000. Oh my God. You need to convert paise to rupees by dividing by 100. So you have that option also. You can multiply by 56, get the answer in paise, and then divide that answer by 100 to convert the money to rupees. You can also do that. Do not use the value of pi. Inner CSA, find it in terms of pi. Outer CSA in terms of pi. You don't have to do all this in one line like this. You can find it separately. Inner CSA in one line. Inner CSA is equal to 2 pi r square. 200 pi is the answer. Outer CSA is equal to 2 pi capital R square. Then 220.5 pi is the answer. So like that, you can work it in 3 different steps. Add all the 3 to get the total area to be painted. And multiply by the rate to get the total cost. Multiply by 56, you'll get the answer in paise. Divide that by 100 to convert to rupees. Very simple, just time consuming, calculations. What's the answer for the 9th one? 9. Louder.
112.5 meters.
112. No, I have a different answer. Okay, 10th one.
10 meters.
10 meters. 11. See, some of us don't participate at all now. Kanishka, what happened? Arav. Vasudevan has told me that he has some mic issues. Arav, Kanishka, Shivani, Ananya, Tarun, Nivedita. Okay, since it's time, I'll just show you the answers so that you can complete them by the next class and keep your doubts ready if any. So we'll take up this discussion because we have not completed it in the next class. In the next class, we'll see all the answers from all the answers, meaning doubts from 1 to whatever we've discussed so far. 1 to 8. 1 to 8. Any doubts? We'll sort it out in the next class. 9, 10, 11, 12 shall be discussed in the next class. 9, 10, 11, 12. I'll just show you the
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, I'll just show you the
Okay,
answers.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. This is 9. I've got 67 lakhs 50,000 liters or 6,750 meter cubed.
Okay, ma'am.
Eleven is simple. It's a pipe. So volume is external volume minus internal volume. Pi capital square h minus pi small r square h. Cylindrical pipe. Cylindrical pipe. External volume minus internal volume. Pi r square h minus pi r square h. Or pi h capital square minus small r square. See, I've just given the other interpretation of the formula. This is not, you need not write this. We'll see this in the next class. This is the other interpretation of the formula. You don't have to write all this. You can, yeah, all this you don't have to write. So pi h capital square minus small r square, substitute the values. 22 by 7 into h is 56. 18 square minus 16 square. After this step, you can show this one next. This is the other interpretation of the formula. Ignore this. We have discussed this when we saw the introduction. The volume of the first sphere is 8 by 27 of the volume of the second sphere. What fraction of the volume of the second is the volume of the first? So like we saw one in the last exercise, I think, exercise 13.8 NCRT. What fraction of the volume of the earth is the volume of the moon? Similar question. Similar question. There in 13.8 NCRT, I think question number 4, the diameter of the moon is approximately 1/4 the diameter of the earth. The diameter of the moon is approximately 1/4 of the diameter of the earth. What fraction of the earth is what fraction of the volume of the earth is the volume of the moon? Is a question there. Similar one. The diameter of a spherical solid. There also moon, earth, spherical. Here also two spherical solids. The diameter of a spherical solid is approximately 2/3. There 1/4. Here 2/3 of the diameter of another spherical solid. What fraction of the volume of the second is the volume of the first? So it's not a new question. All right, I hope all of you have taken the screenshots. Please complete the answers. If you have not completed, please use the material and complete the answers by the next class on Saturday. 1 to 8, any doubts we shall discuss on Saturday. 9, 10, 11, 12, we'll take it up on Saturday. We have just seen the final answers. We'll take up the discussion on Saturday.
Ma'am, on 15th we end class.
Oh, okay, let me update on WhatsApp. I'm not sure. Okay. 15th, huh? Fine, I'll update on WhatsApp. Okay, then 16th. No, children, let me not confuse you. Let me check that and update on WhatsApp. All right.
Okay,
So that's it for today's session, children. Thank you so much. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, children. Good night.